1.7 FM and radio, your own radio. I'm sure you had a very, very splendid weekend, a very splendid and shocking weekend, if you ask me, because the weekend was filled with a lot of shocking stories. Champions of England. A quick look at our top stories. The Sporting Monday morning. Anthony Joshua bows to the feet of Alexander Usyk in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Kamaru Usman loses to Leon Edwards in another epic battle. Super Falconets crash out of World Cup under 20 World Cup. Arsenal continue their dream start in the Premier League as Chelsea lose to Leeds, and we'll be giving you results from all the matches across the globe that went down during the course of the weekend. A very, very fine sporting Monday morning, if you ask me, with a lot of stories to come your way this morning. It promises to be fun. It promises to be fun, if you ask me, because if you take this ride with me, because we piloted this very, very, very plane, and we will be moving 360 degrees around the world of sports this morning. Quickly, we'll begin from the camp of boxing this morning. What happened to Anthony Joshua in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, is something that everyone should understand. So quickly beginning the show proper this morning. What do I have for you in the world of boxing? Anthony Joshua lost to Alexander Usyk in an epic battle that was fought in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Saturday. Remember, that event took place by 6 p.m. He won. Alexander Usyk won via an anonymous decision in that very, very encounter. So that was how it all happened to Anthony Joshua, who, if you ask me, was impressive in that encounter. It was a different Anthony Joshua from the first encounter with Usyk, because he was more clinical, and that encounter just went out quickly. Let us listen to the voice clips that happened in that encounter, because Joshua was asking a question. How did I deserve to lose this encounter? How were you better than me? Because if you ask me, I was better than you. I threw the best punches in this encounter, but still yet, I am not able to be the WBO and IBF champion, which is very, very devastating for me.
Well, after leaving the ring, Joshua then carried out further media duties and held his post-fight news conference where he was brought to tears.
Am I proud of myself? It's really, really hard for me to say I'm proud of myself. I don't feel anything. I'm upset, really, like, deep down in my heart.
As I said in the ring after, the key to life is happiness, you know? And at the end of the day, I just want him to be happy. He's given his whole life since he started to the sport of boxing, and people don't realise that what a bubble it is in the life and world of Anthony Joshua. You know, when everybody in the country knows who he is, everybody's got an opinion of who he is. He's in the gym all the time with his team. He's living up in Loughborough. He's away from home. You know, there isn't anyone I know that's more dedicated to the sport than him. And sometimes people don't understand the pressures that are on people's shoulders. But he's never ducked a challenge. He's never shirked the pressure. He's always tried to give his time for people, and he's always tried to inspire the next generation.
I think there was a lot better, but Usyk was better too. He's angry here, Anthony Joshua. Wenger just trying to calm him down. Derek Chisora in there as well. Not quite sure what's going on, but he's left the ring. AJ, he was annoyed about something, but they seem so respectful afterwards. He put in an absolutely cracking display tonight, Anthony Joshua, but he is annoyed. He's upset. They just need to calm him down here, because after Tottenham, he wouldn't have slept well. He could sleep well tonight. That was a really pretty and brilliant effort.
Yeah, he could be proud of his performance. He couldn't have put any more into that. He could. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what's been said. He's coming back into the ring, Anthony Joshua. He took hold of two of the belts, the Ring Magazine and the WBA Super, I think. What's he doing here?
I don't care about scrum. I want skills.
And he threw them down.
Yeah,
Why?
How did you
I'm not sure his team understood it.
Let's put up skills. Let's do the character. Let's do the let's come on. Let's Wait, I'm talking. Sorry, man. Look, if you knew my story, you would understand the passion. I ain't no amateur boxer from 5 years old. That was an elite prospect from my youth, bro. I was going to jail. I see some technical youths in Reading jail. I got bail and I started training my ass off. Because if I got sentenced, I wanted to be able to fight. I bust my case. But cousin Benga, where's he at? G14, raise your hand. I'm still in this Usyk, sorry. But it's because the passion we put into this. And guys, I'm telling you, this guy to beat me tonight, maybe I could have done better. But it shows the levels of hard work he must have put in. So please give him a round of applause as our heavyweight champion of the world. Woo! I'm not a 12-round fighter. Look at me. I'm a new breed of heavyweights. All them heavyweights, Mike Tyson, Sonny Liston, Jack Dempsey. Oh, yeah, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. Because I ain't 14 stone, that's why. I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy. It's hard work. This guy here is a phenomenal talent. We're going to cheer for him 3 times. Well, how many belts you got now, bro? 5. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. And as I said, I was studying Ukraine and all the champions that have come from your amazing country, but I've never been there. But at the same time, what's happening there is, I don't know what's happening, but it's not nice at the end of the day. I've seen it with Lomachenko in his second fight against Orlando. There was unrest in Ukraine, right or wrong. There was issues in Ukraine in your second fight. There was civil war. Vitaly Klitschko, when he faced Danny Williams, civil unrest. Usyk as a champion, please raise your hand. Under them circumstances, he managed to become champion.
Is the deadline of Anthony Joshua or we are going to see a more redefined Anthony Joshua in the coming matches. Now, my second question is, do we feel Anthony Joshua is already an amateur boxer at this point? Because many pundits have come out to say that Anthony Joshua is now an amateur boxer, regarding the fact that he has lost to Alexander Usyk the second time running. He has lost his WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight titles. What is the way forward for Anthony Joshua at this point? Because Tyson Fury will now have because if you ask me, Tyson Fury will now have everything rightful to attack Anthony Joshua, saying that he was not able to defeat the Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. So still talking about everything that concerns fight this morning. We'll be moving from boxing over to mixed martial art, and it is going to be the UFC 278, where something shocking happened in the early hours of Sunday as at 2 a.m. Kamaru Usman was set to take on Leon Edwards for the welterweight title fight, and in that encounter, Kamaru Usman was seen to be the biggest. Was seen to be the biggest contender, was seen to be the one who will retain his title. But the reverse was the case in that encounter, because Kamaru Usman lost in the 5th round of his encounter with Leon Edwards. He lost with a high fly kick from Leon Edwards right to the jaw of Kamaru Usman. It was something nobody saw this coming. And when Leon Edwards won that title, he was like, yes, I have finally done it. As it stands now, Leon Edwards is the first British champion since Michael Bisping in 2016, and is only the second British champion in the history of mixed martial arts. And I have to tell you that Leon Edwards was also able to end Kamaru Usman's 15-fight unbeaten streak in UFC. If you ask me, that is a very, very long streak for you to be on in the world of mixed martial art. 35-year-old Kamaru Usman was on a 15-fight unbeaten streak, and it was ended by Leon Edwards because he was able to avenge for his defeat in 2015. So there we have it. Kamaru Usman losing yesterday, but the good thing about Kamaru Usman's loss is that eventually after losing, he went to social media and said that this is how we are going to know a champion. A champion loses and make sure that they get back up to be back at the top of the summit. Are we going to see Kamaru Usman back at the top of the summit? We are going to know whenever he's going to take on his next battle. That is time. It is time for Kamaru Usman to go home, rest, and think about his next challenger. Some persons say that Kamaru Usman was that what affected Kamaru Usman was the loss that Anthony Joshua recorded to Alexander Usyk. Some persons say Kamaru Usman was feeling too proud and too big heading into that encounter. But if you ask me, Leon Edwards really trained for this encounter, and he was able to see that he is now the welterweight champion. Now, talking about welterweight champions, yesterday, immediately Kamaru Usman lost. A surprising figure came out to attack Kamaru Usman in the name of Conor McGregor. Remember that he is a brutal enemy of Kamaru Usman. He doesn't like Kamaru Usman, and now he has said that everything can be proven in the world of mixed martial art, that no one can stay undefeated in the world of mixed martial art as it stands now. And Conor McGregor was happy, saying that this is the sport that I love the most. Well, Conor McGregor was able to use a head kick, which was eventually able to knock out Kamaru Usman to give you the welterweight title. And as for Kamaru Usman, that I don't like the guy sleeping with this, Those were the words of Conor McGregor with a picture of Kamaru Usman, mocking Kamaru Usman on social media. But definitely we expect Kamaru Usman to come out in the coming days with a reply. But you know that after losing such an encounter, all Kamaru Usman is right now is to rest. And we all know that he is a champion. If you ask me, I was surprised, really, really surprised that Kamaru Usman lost this encounter because everyone was tipping him to win, but he lost in the 5th round of that encounter. So it was the beginning of a bad week for our Nigerians who were representing us outside the shores of the country. Anthony Joshua was not able to retain his title, and he was not able to recover because it was actually not in his possession. So he was not able to recover his title from the left-handed Ukrainian, Alexander Usyk. I'm still talking about our very own Nigerians. I'm to tell you that Kamaru Usman was also not able to retain his welterweight title in that very encounter. So what could be the way forward for both these men heading into the next weeks, the next months of that career? There's every possibility. Anthony Joshua right now is not in the best head of space at this point, and giving up might be an option, because if you were able to listen to the clip I played this morning, you will know that he really, really put his life, he really put his heart into the game, and eventually was not able to win that encounter. After that long anticipated encounter between Usyk and Joshua, what we are waiting for now is the month of September, where we are going to be seeing Andy Ruiz and the Ruiz Jr. take on Luis Ortiz in the heavyweight division. And the biggest encounter of them all is the countdown to the trilogy between Canelo, Saul Alvarez, and Gennady Golovkin for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight titles. September 17th is when our next encounter is going to go down. Another countdown has begun for us already, for us to see the trilogy between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. Over to our next story this morning. Quickly moving over from the world of boxing and mixed martial art, we are entering the tennis arena. We are moving into the tennis court. Quickly, I'm to tell you that the Southern and Western Cincinnati Masters has already ended, and all eyes are on the US Open that is to begin on the 29th of August 2022. Quickly, Borna Kotic was able to defeat British world number 1 currently, Cameron Norrie, 6-4. He was able to defeat him semi-final encounter, and Daniel Medvedev, current world number 1 at this point, lost to Stefanos Tsitsipas in the semi-final encounter, 7-6, 3-6, 6-3 in the round encounter. It was not able to give him enough motivation the way that he was able to defeat world number 1 as he headed into the final to take on Borna Kotic, and he lost. Stefanos Tsitsipas lost to Borna Kotic 7-6, 6-2 to make sure that he was crowned the Masters of the Cincinnati Open. Elsewhere, the women's category, a surprising new figure in the name of Caroline Garcia was able to defeat Petra Titova 6-2, 6-4 to make sure that she laid her hands on the Cincinnati Masters for the women's category. the Super Falconets did everything possible to see that they will make sure they book a semi-final spot, but reverse was the case because the Netherlands were just busy absorbing all the pressure, and everything Nigeria was not able to prepare for was already at the gunpoint for them. Nigeria lost to Netherlands at the early hours of this morning, 2-0 in that go by a lone goal to draw the semi-final appearance as it stands now, and Brazil against Japan. 25th of August, we are going to see Spain take on Netherlands, and on the 26th of August, it is going to be Brazil taking on Japan for the very, very women's Under-20 World Cup. Who is going to be in the finals? Who will lift this trophy? Super Falconets have crashed out. Now they would be returning home, knowing they were not able to justify and be able to make sure that they lay their hands on that very trophy. On will be switching over to the European scene this morning. The weekend had a lot of shocking results, if you ask me. A lot of shocking results, from the Bundesliga to the La Liga to the Italian Serie A to the League One and down to the most watched league, even the Premier League, because so many results that no one expected. It happened across the globe. Quickly, let us begin from Bundesliga this morning, where I'll be telling you that Bayern Munich were able to win Bochum in their encounter by a whooping 7-0 in that encounter, and were able to see Sadio Mane, the man from Senegal, was able to get on the score sheet as he was able to back 2 goals in that encounter. As it stands now in the German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich have been able to start their season after just 3 games, scoring 14 goals already without Lewandowski. Now, a very big question. Do we see Borussia Dortmund at any point giving Bayern Munich a run for their money in this German Bundesliga? Because as it stands now, if you ask me, just after 3 games, Bayern Munich have been able to score 14 goals already. It is a cause of worry in that league, and knowing that Sadio Mane is a serious firecracker when it comes to goal. If you ask me, Bayern Munich are really cooking something up this season. Still talking about impressive results across the globe this week that happened during the course of the weekend. I have to tell you that Paris Saint-Germain were in flying colors, as well as Christopher Galatia was able to rally his side as they defeated Lille 7-1 in their own encounter. Quickly, it was Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar Gerrard getting on the score sheet. Now, a very big fun fact about this encounter is that Kylian Mbappe was able to score the fastest goal of the League One campaign after 8 seconds, and he was assisted by the very good you just know, Lionel Messi. So PSG ran the riot against Lille in their own encounter. So Paris Saint-Germain making sure they worked in that encounter in flying colors. Kylian Mbappe got a hat-trick. Neymar got 2 goals in that encounter. Lionel Messi got a goal in that encounter. And Achraf Hakimi was also on the score sheet as well. So Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar Jr. were able to score. 3 of them combined were able to have 6 goals and 4 assists between 3 of them in that encounter. Lionel Messi had a goal and an assist in that encounter. Neymar Jr. was able to get 2 goals and 3 assists, and Kylian Mbappe was able to get 3 goals and 1 assist in that encounter. So that was how they all went down. Paris Saint-Germain thrashing Lille 7-1 to see that they were able to score 17 goals in 3 games under Christopher Galatia. If you ask me, Paris Saint-Germain are really another force to reckon with. But we will all know whether they are forced to reckon with when the UEFA Champions League kicks off. Still talking about the impressive games that went on across the weekend yesterday. Yesterday, we were able to see Barcelona in action against Real Sociedad at the Real Arena in La Liga, where we were able to see Robert Lewandowski score on his birthday yesterday. Yesterday, Robert Lewandowski turned 34 and he was able to score 2 goals for Barcelona. It just took him 44 seconds to score and get his name on the score sheet for FC Barcelona. So if you ask me, the weekend was definitely interesting. It was fun for some clubs, while some clubs were at the losing end of things across the globe. Still talking about impressive results across the weekend. I was still talking about Barcelona's match. Usman Dembele was on the score sheet, and Ansu Fati was the game changer. He came from the bench, and he was able to turn the game around. He scored a goal and had 2 assists in that encounter. Lewandowski had 2 goals and 1 assist in that encounter.
Stop on the free play to Leeds United. It's been missed. Come on. It's not big trouble. Kalidou Koulibaly receives his second yellow on the red.
Il joue sur les côtés, Yazici et les Parisiens espèrent continuer sur leur lancée et ils débutent le match de manière impressionnante. 2-3 passes pour trouver Messi, l'ouverture vers Kylian Mbappé qui n'est pas en jeu. 1-0 pour le PSG après moins de 9 secondes. Paris mène déjà 1-0, le deuxième but de la saison pour Kylian.
Bayern were back at the scene of their heaviest defeat in the Julian Nagelsmann. Bochum's 4-2 victory here last season will live long in the memory. Champions seem determined to avoid that particular history repeating itself right from the start, though. First up, Kingsley Coman and Leroy Sané combined to open the scoring 4 minutes in. It was Sané's 25th goal in the Bundesliga, but his first in almost 6 months. Midway through the first half, it was curtains up for Matthijs de Ligt, the Dutch international, on hand after Riemann misjudged Kimmich's corner. His first Bundesliga goal on his first appearance in the starting lineup. Just past the half-hour mark, Bayern made it 3. Kingsley Coman prodding home. It meant that all 3 goals had been scored by 3 players, making their first starts of the season. There was time for Sadio Mane to get in on the act before the break. He made it 3 goals in his first 4 competitive outings for Bayern. And meant the champions had well and truly settled the score. At half-time here last season, it was Bochum who notched 4 goals. But there was no let-up in the second half. Janko adjudged to have fouled Coman in the area, and Mane stepped up to become the first player not called Robert Lewandowski to score from the spot for Bayern in the Bundesliga in a year and a half. Mane completing his first Bundesliga brace. Leroy Sané was outstanding all afternoon, and he pressured Gamboa into the mistake that made it 6, an own goal. And Gamboa, one of the heroes, with a wonder goal in the 4-2 win over Bayern, a tragic figure this time around. But things weren't about to get any better for Bochum. With a quarter of an hour remaining, Serge Gnabry ensured history would in fact repeat itself. The 7-0 scoreline that Bayern inflicted on Bochum in Munich last season. It was Bayern's 15th goal of the campaign already, a new Bundesliga record after 3 match days. Champions, the only side still with a 100% record.
So that was how it all went down across the globe, across the weekend. Bayern Munich scoring 15 goals in just 3 games in the German Bundesliga. Quickly look at the results from matches that were played across the globe. Quickly, Tottenham Hotspur won Wolves by a long goal to nil, where we saw Harry Kane score his 185 goal for a single club in the Premier League. He was able to overtake Wayne Rooney and Serge Aguero, who had 183 and 184 respectively. Leicester City lost to Southampton 2-1. Crystal Palace defeated Aston Villa by 3-1. Fulham were able to snatch a late winner against Brentford 3-2. Everton and Nottingham Forest shared the spoils 1-1 apiece. Arsenal defeated Bournemouth away from home 3-0. In the German Bundesliga on Saturday, Borussia Dortmund lost to Werder Bremen 3-2 in the 10 minutes of the game. Inter Milan were able to defeat Spezia by 3-0. And on Sunday and on Saturday in La Liga, finally were able to see Celta Vigo lose to Real Madrid 4-1. On Sunday, West Ham lost to Brighton 2-0. Leeds surprisingly defeated Chelsea by 3-0. And Newcastle played out a 3-3 draw with Manchester City. In the German Bundesliga, Eintracht Frankfurt and Cologne played out a 1-1 draw, and Bayern Munich were able to defeat Bochum by 7-0. Paris Saint-Germain won Lille away from home 7-1. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli defeated Monza by 4-0, and Poli and Fiorentina played out a goalless encounter. Atalanta and reigning champions AC Milan played out a 1-1 draw, and Bologna were able to draw with Hellas Verona in a 1-1 draw. And in La Liga, we're able to see Atletico Madrid lose to Villarreal 2-0. Athletic Club defeated Valencia by a long goal to nil, and Barcelona were able to defeat Real Sociedad by 4-1. Today in the Premier League, we are going to be seeing Manchester United take on Liverpool. by 8 p.m. in that encounter, which promises to be fun part. Remember, Liverpool are without Darwin Núñez, who is on a red card, and Manchester United in the later hours of today will be looking to know if they would line up Casemiro to play against Liverpool. Whether Casemiro will be in their lineup, it will be something, a thing of joy for us to see in this encounter. In the Serie A, we will be seeing AS Roma take on Cremonese by 5:30. Our boys will be in action. David Okereke, and we are going to be seeing Sergio Dessas be in action for Cremonese, and Sampdoria will be taking on Juventus in the Italian Serie A today by 7:45 p.m. 08151017777 or 0907112117. Quickly, let me get your reactions on the stories you have just heard this morning. 08151017777 or 0907112117. If you are watching me live on Facebook this morning, you could also drop your comments for me to be able to air your views. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, God bless you.
Good morning to you.
I'm from the south from Olu.
You're welcome.
My brother, last week was a wonderful week in sports. It's a surprising week. And I am happy the way things go last week. And today is Manchester United versus Liverpool. And I am believing that Manchester United will surprise the world again because Man City, nearly, they would have lost yesterday match.
Okay.
They chose to lose. I'm happy. To lose.
No problem.
So, to God be the glory today is our own match. Congratulations and God bless you.
No problem. Thank you very, very, very much for calling. Let us see how to go down for Manchester United faithfuls in their very, very encounter that is going to go down today. Let us see how to go down for them. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. You're welcome.
Yeah, it was a very wide weekend.
Very wild.
Many upsets. I'm particularly happy for Arsenal. I'm Arsenal there has fun, and I think we continue to keep the momentum, especially at the to take stronger opponents. Again, for the month, I wasn't very satisfied with the Oganok press.
Okay.
We have made it back practice. I don't know why. I think I haven't qualified this. Imagine playing against a small club like Bournemouth, and you're playing backward passes. They are many backward passes, especially they are no confidence among our back line.
The centre backs.
The white and it's only career that shows the kind of
confidence
spirit in that match. You always go forward and make passes, even very clear passes. But for the white, you always backward, passing towards back to the goalkeeper. That's not a hallmark of a quality team. And I think I have to correct that. And for Chelsea, it was really not also it happened coming. And I'm very happy for the result. Let's keep keeping his faith that this season Arsenal will prepare for Champions League. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
No problem. Thank you very much for joining me on the program this morning. Can Arsenal win the Premier League? But before I go into that, who do you think is going to win tonight between Liverpool and Manchester United? Will Manchester United collect Woto, or they will be able to salvage their city? Because currently Manchester United are 19th on the table. 20th is West Ham at this point with 0 points, with both teams in contention. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is I'm coming from German now.
You're welcome.
I'm the current chairman, Manchester United Fan Club in Natal.
Okay. You're welcome.
Despite that we left our first 2 matches,
Okay.
we are going to surprise the world today.
Okay.
Manchester United will win Liverpool in today's match.
Okay. No problem.
How much is?
They'll be hearing you this morning.
Yes, I think none of them will comment today because whenever they lost to any team, all of them will be annoyed. But we, the Manchester United fans, we are not like that. Even if we are losing, we will kill our club.
No problem.
I don't know that there is a club in England that will beat this season. In fact, 15 times in 6 months. Sure.
Okay.
They are talking too much.
No problem.
They're eating too much. They said yesterday that they will beat me by at least 5 goals to nothing. But at last, what happened?
If that was the case.
If somebody said that tomorrow's segment, say fans should understand that tomorrow is segment in football. Thank you, Moon, and God bless you.
Thank you very, very much for joining me on the program this morning. Could that be the reason why Oscar did not join us on the show this morning? We never can tell. When next we see him, we will ask him that question quickly. Good morning, Muna. With the words sympathy towards Ukraine, Joshua should have known that he needs to beat Usage convincingly or even knock him out to emerge victorious. Anything less would be detrimental to him, and that's exactly what happened to him. Sorry to our Falconets for falling short of his expectation. Knockout stage is different from league stage, and they failed to notice this. Better luck next time for Kamari Usman. He should put away his loss and prepare for the task ahead. Let the loss serve as motivation for greater achievements in future. Chelsea's defeat is an indirect blessing. They should sign a striker immediately and beef up their defense for the coming encounters with 2 more players. They started preseason and transfers badly, and now they are reaping their rewards. Uwosu and Sidawa from Aaron Disago. Thank you very much. Good morning, Muna. The loss of Anthony Joshua, Kamari Usman and Falconets, and the inability of Super Falcons to win any cup in the just completed WAFCON is very, very devastating for us to start the week. Well, that is very, very sad if you ask me. Well, Chelsea from Akame. Chelsea are yet to sign a striker. They should go for a base striker who can give us what we want. No problem. Good morning, Muna, at the hour of Super Cup, La Liga and Champions League winners, Ndemere Chelsea, Real Madrid. Congrats to all the winners across the weekend, especially Arsenal, Leeds, and my dearest Madrid 4-1 without Kroos and Casemiro. Modric definitely is Odogu. Shame on Lamentation FC. Chelsea tonight. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 1. Denko from Kwale saying Hala Madrid. Thank you very much for your message this morning. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 1. Well, let us see how it's going to go down tonight when both teams will take on. Francis Uzonamani from on Facebook texting is watching live from Enugu. Good morning from here. Despite Falconets lost to Netherlands, they really gave good account of themselves. Joe Luck was against them. Thanks. Thank you very much for your message this morning. Well, this is where we'll call it a wrap up on the show this morning. It was fun doing this with you. Everything that happened across the globe was brought to your doorstep this morning. The show will still make a return tomorrow. We'll still be talking everything sports. But before I leave, I will leave you in the hands of the song telling us that we are on top of the world. Despite any loss, let us remember that we will still be on top of the world. Remember to keep staying sported. Remember, it is a brand new week. Make sure that you engage in sporting activity, whether indoor or outdoor sporting events, because it definitely releases you of stress. I remain Munda, your host, telling you that I will be signing out. And remember to keep listening to Omega 101.7 FM radio, your own radio.